Hello and welcome to the visualization. For the past 14 months, at the intersection near my home, people within government or law enforcement or both have coordinated together, weaponizing their vehicles at the intersection near my home, revving their engines constantly day and night in coordination against my thoughts, movements, and speech. I didn't know what to do about it. I let it go. I let it happen for, let's say, 8 months. I didn't let it happen, but for 8 months, I sent out hundreds of online reports to White House, CIA, FBI, IC3, which is IC3 is the Internet Crime Complaint Center, which is a branch off of the FBI, and the NSA, the National Guard. I reached out to every security-based entity nationally and globally, and for some reason, after hundreds of those reports, nobody protected my rights, freedom, or privacy. Nobody. And the same people that I would think are my superheroes, the law enforcement or the government, security-based parts of the government, law enforcement, I thought that they would rescue me or whatever, protect me, but they didn't. So I didn't know what to do, so I started yelling at the top of my lungs. Sometimes out my window or out my doorway, but mostly just yelling within my own household, saying profane things, screaming profane things. Then my neighbors start getting involved, police start coming, and the police are treating me as a disturbance rather than a victim, and they're portraying me as if I'm crazy rather than taking my word for it, doing a proper, thorough investigation, maybe even going to the extent of contacting EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Administration. I learned about EPA the other day, just about 2 days ago, and now I started to look into them. Or I think I saw their website before, maybe months ago or so, and never really looked into it. My alarm just went off, sorry. So yeah, EPA, you'd think that all these police visits, when they came to my home, you'd think that eventually they would give me a phone number to, I even looked into it, there's a noise pollution complaint center or something like that out in another town in my state, and I tried to call them. It just goes to like voicemail or something or whatever. I'm not really sure, so you can't really, maybe I just called at the wrong time, but I didn't know what to do. I still kind of don't know what to do. How do I report war crimes and noise pollution? Because that's what they're doing. They're invading my privacy, they're stalking me, and they're terrorizing me. They're terrorizing me by weaponizing their vehicles, committing intentional vehicular sound pollution terrorism upon me, and sound torture war crimes. So those are the 4 violations or whatever. I don't know all the specifications of it all, but clearly my privacy is being invaded. I'm being stalked, and I'm being terrorized by war crimes, sound torture war crimes, by weaponization of vehicles, intentional vehicular sound pollution terrorism. So recently, as you guys might already know, I got a summons for an assault, and of course, very biased, very discriminatory, very unfair, because they're treating me as if I'm a disturbance in past interactions, recent interactions, and the officer that gave me the summons, I think, is being that I think he was, I'm almost 100% sure he was being biased and discriminatory, along with the state of Maine, going and pushing for the prosecution when realistically the maintenance guys shouldn't have. Why are they working in the wintertime? The wintertime is when most people are mostly indoors. Why are they sending maintenance to work in the wintertime? That doesn't seem that seems very unreasonable. Furthermore, he doesn't live here, and he was basically leaning up against my chest and breathing on my left side of my face, asking for a problem. Like, I did what I did, but if his job is maintenance, his job is to call the police first and have the police come handle it and have me removed from what he wanted me removed from, the other trailer. So if that's the case, then why would he be getting in my face? It's not your job to physically intimidate or physically assault me. It's your job to maintain properties. And one of the main reasons I even confronted the guy to begin with was because it's been about 5 years with no maintenance at all in this household. And I shouldn't let my emotions get to me, and I shouldn't go and confront people like that. But really, my mother triggered that by showing me a 7-day eviction notice and gave me no context. Just said, we got a 7-day eviction notice. Now that I know a little bit more context, it's like, I mean, we could take it to court or whatever. Like, but we're struggling with bills a little bit. So, yeah. They already went to court about it. I was uninvolved. So the property management and my mom are going to court or whatever, and I'm uninvolved. Nobody gives me a say in the whole situation, and that's unfair. We haven't had a key for the mailbox since we've been here for 7 years, and there's been no maintenance done for the past 5 years. So, anyways, I say all that to say, yesterday or the day before, I realized that all I have to do is, if they're going to use their vehicles as tools, as weapons to terrorize me, to stalk me, to make me feel, controlled and monitored and paranoid and whatever for 14 straight months, my response to that is I will use my X, formerly known as Twitter, account to post and repost or quote tweet every single time I hear a suspicious vehicle. And that is way more powerful, way more efficient, and whatnot than the law enforcement, the local law enforcement, the national law enforcement, and the global communities that have failed to protect me for the past 14 months. I sent out hundreds of reports to several different, all of the security-based entities, hundreds of reports, and privately, and then publicly I went on my own YouTube community tab, started posting about it. I went on to all those security-based entities' YouTube channels and started commenting, saying, keep allowing it, watch what happens. I've been being tortured for the past 11 months by vehicles. Keep allowing it, watch what happens. Not trying to be threatening, just saying there's consequences for actions, and violating my human rights and whatever beyond war crimes is just ridiculous. It's not fair. I've been in the same spot for 7 years, and I am unofficially disabled. If anybody has a problem with me building up a YouTube channel with 3,200 subscribers and 8,000 uploads over the past 7 years, mostly, I have been uploading videos before the past 7 years, but if anybody has a problem, I mean, what is it that I've been doing? I've been raising a dog, a red-nosed pit bull, Jack, for 12 years. All I've done is left my home to walk my dog, make videos with him sometimes, and go grocery shopping. That's the only time I leave my home. So who am I really bothering in this world? By uploading YouTube videos and just staying home and trying to become a YouTuber and a gamer from the comfort of my home. Trying to become a partner of YouTube and a professional gamer, mostly through Xbox. Who am I bothering? So, like I said, I'm combating this energy, and I can combat it a lot I can combat it a lot more quickly than they can combat. I guess they could send thousands of vehicles a day, but my thumbs can work, and Twitter can post and function pretty quickly. I can keep quote tweeting every time you people terrorize me, and since nobody wants to investigate and log evidence about it, my X, formerly known as Twitter account, my timeline, will be the evidence. And I really hope and pray to the non-existent God that this assault charge is dropped. And if it's not, I would have to open up a greater context of the whole situation and present it to a jury of some sort or something. or just accept the charge. But it's like, why should I accept it? You people are torturing me and you're messing with my mental state. There's evidence from 2 different hospitals and several different contacts to the 988 or to dispatch or this, that, and the third. And I shouldn't be the guy hiring a lawyer, paying a lawyer for him to hire a private investigator to then pull all of this evidence, when realistically it's just evident that I'm being tortured and people are taking advantage of my vulnerabilities and disabilities and trying to provoke me and bother me. Like, I don't know. Like, if some guy leans up against your chest, no matter the situation, and he starts breathing on you, turning his head sideways, breathing on the left side of your face, you should just step back, I guess. But also, I was standing my ground, and I felt uncomfortable, and I felt assaulted too. So I pushed him slightly. The guy didn't fall over. I am aware that he could have had heart problems and that could have caused a heart attack. I'm aware of that. Otherwise, I still feel innocent. I feel I acted in self-defense, passion of crime, whatever you want to call it. And that's all I have to say. You people want to keep torturing and terrorizing me and turning a blind eye when I report it hundreds of times? Cool. I'll go ahead and be my own lawyer. I'll be my own law enforcement, and I'll use my own Twitter X account, and I'll use that as a tool to weaponize you guys and counter you guys right back. That's okay. Yeah, and hopefully, pretty soon here we won't be living here near this intersection anyways. And furthermore, ultimately, this property management, guardian communities LLC, you guys should be forced out of this community for even leaving these trailers, mostly lacking insulation, right next to an overpass and a busy intersection. You people should be, I don't know, you should be prosecuted for even thinking that it's okay to force people to live at an intersection right next to an overpass, and also provide no sound insulation or insulation in general. I could probably punch through this wall and see the intersection. Like, so anyways, it's yeah, these property guardian communities LLC should be forced to move this, and this should be a park or something, a dog park or something. This area should not have been, this area shouldn't have, I believe this area used to be all trees. Like, this small little trailer park, it used to be all trees, and they cut down the trees and build a trailer park here for what? So people can feel tortured in their own home when they're trying to work from home as a gamer and a YouTuber. And then people take advantage of online access, leak my address from my hundreds of reports about that, and online stalking that that's forced upon me because Microsoft and Google don't protect their users and creators, up and coming partners. So I said it all. I'm a little bit discouraged, just a little bit, because of this assault summons, but I'm still in motion. I'm still adding to the 8,000 videos that I've uploaded, and I have nothing more to say. I'm grateful for Elon Musk and Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, PayPal, Tesla, Neuralink, SpaceX, Starlink, and I'm thankful for Joe Rogan for teaching me about Elon Musk through his podcast, and that's all I have to say. Happy New Year.